No, it's not the fidget spinner. But first, welcome to day 651 of 14 days to slow the spread. I doubt the mics here will be a permanent thing, by the way. Having two of them, I just wanted to see how it sounded. Like if I move one way or another, if it sounds like 3D. I don't know, I'm just playing with it. These videos are more for me than they are for you, unfortunately. My first setup here is the most complicated one. I've got a metallic reflective like tablecloth. It's like a silver kind of tablecloth that I found at Dollar Tree for $1. The tablecloth is like 3 meters from me, light is 1 meter from me. Just outside the frame, and it is pointing at the tablecloth. And I'll kind of put a diagram on screen here. I've got tablecloth to my left, or camera right. And then to my right, camera left, I just have a mirror. Got this mirror for $7 from Family Dollar, and you can pretty much do the same thing with foam board. That's what I did with the mirror here. But I find that mirrors typically have more output and are easier to manipulate. See, I can go in a shadow like that, and I'll use the mirror. There's my PC over there. But yeah, so you can just find that mirrors are really easy to just kind of walk until you have them in the spot that you like. And I can see the light bouncing off the mirror here. So it's really easy for me to kind of figure out. Got a piece of foam board here. It works pretty much the same way. It's just not nearly as reflective. I kind of have to get it a lot closer to my face to achieve the same result. Something about the tablecloth is that it's giving me interesting textures because it's like plastic. There's creases and grooves in it, kind of where it was folded, and it's never gonna, I've got it pretty tight, but it's never gonna be perfect. And I do like the texture, don't get me wrong. If I had like any other background behind me, I think it'd be sweet because you could see how it's not like perfectly even. Which again is interesting, and having that kind of visual interest I think is great for keeping an audience engaged, but it's not ideal for a green screen. I will try to change this, but the green screen's probably screwed. But similar setup going on, except I have flipped kind of the canvas and the light around. So now instead of the light shooting at my tablecloth, I have my light shooting through the tablecloth. And instead of like a silver reflective tablecloth, I'm shooting through a translucent one. Oh, there we go, look at that. Yep. So I'm shooting through, again, a plastic tablecloth that I got from Dollar Tree for $1. And then I've got my mirror here, which I got from Family Dollar, yeah, for $7. Again, foam board, same thing, just worse, I guess. I don't know. If I had an assistant, and this was like a tighter shot, maybe. As you can see, the green screen behind me, it's not as textured as before, but it's still really dark, especially like back here. As you can see, the green screen's a lot less textured. It's still probably not gonna work out the best because I have that shadow back there that I can't really get rid of, that I'm actually creating. Like if I lay down, right, you can see that it's not a lot brighter. I just happen to be sitting in between the light source and this corner of the green screen, so there's a shadow. Alrighty, so for this setup, super simple. I have the light a lot closer to me with the sheet, and I'm just shooting straight through the sheet. So I'm gonna grab my mirror here, show you guys. Okay, so got my mirror, right? So you guys can see, look, there you are. There's a bunch of bottles. But I've literally just moved the sheet super close to me. And now that we have the light actually shooting more straight at the background, it's more even than it was before. So again, probably won't work out that well because I've got this shadow behind me, but who knows, we'll see. But all right, so this is our last single light setup. And before I show you how I got this, and not just the light on my face, but the light on the background here, we're gonna get a word from today's sponsor. do you have any kind of photo or video project in the Oklahoma area? Hit me up, man. Anywho, as you can see, I've got really kind of like a dramatic lighting going on. So this side of my face is really well exposed, and then this side of my face is super dark. But for the first time in this video, my background is actually very evenly lit. Again, it's a green screen, but we're not really going for green screening, I guess. We're more going for like just an interesting background. So you could do this on anything. Maybe not a green screen. You could do this on like a blank wall, for example, to kind of mix it up. Actually, hold on. The lighting itself is kind of like a simple idea. So got a wide light source right here, and then as far as this grid is happening, it's similar to our first setup where I've got my light pointing at a reflective surface and then it's bouncing back at me. When you diffuse light, it bounces around a lot more and it fills in wherever there's imperfections, so they're not as noticeable. But reflective surfaces are exactly the opposite. So I have my light, I'm shooting it directly away from me. Well, that's a lie. It's a little bit at an angle, but for all intents and purposes, it's shooting away from me, and then it's hitting a mirror. And the mirror, I've actually just put masking tape on, right, in this grid here. And so it's hitting the mirror, and then any reflective surface that's showing is, bouncing back. So I've got the background behind me, I've got this light on me, but it's just a single mirror, a single $7 mirror from Family Dollar with masking tape on it, which again, I got from Dollar Tree for $1. Now I've thrown an umbrella on there, but the point of this video isn't necessarily to show you the cheapest and easiest way to do stuff, because you can get an umbrella for like $5 or something on Amazon. You can get a whole light kit with umbrellas for probably $40. The point of the video, I guess, never was about the cheapest and easiest way to do something, because I'm using like a $170 light over here, the Amaran 60D. But what really matters at the end of the day is understanding fundamentally how these lights work. Understanding the fundamentals will always be more valuable than the equipment that you have. And you can do a lot with the light or lights that you have. For example, that mirror shot I saw in a product video on how to make interesting product shoots, and I took what I learned there and I applied it to this video. So say you're shooting in a bedroom setting like this and you want to have an interesting background behind you, you can do that. Oh, give me a second. I may or may not have looked into the light in like the Amarant, even the 60D. It's like, imagine the brightest light you've ever seen in your entire life, and then times that by 10. Man, I was gonna say make art now, but that's probably trademarked. And then I was like, oh, I could rip him off and say make art later. But even if that isn't trademarked, that's his new Instagram account that he made for his kid, which is like, Josh, I literally was talking to my dad about ripping off your name. I mean, creating an original idea where I call my YouTube channel Make Art Later and target the same demographic as you. But then like literally 12 hours later, you made an account for like, I think it was your kid, called Make Art Later. So I don't know if you stole my idea or if my idea was already stealing your idea, because I know you can read minds and you knew that I was thinking that. So we'll call it even between me stealing your idea and you stealing mine. Either way, I can't say make art now as like a send off. So this has been my video. Stay creative. How do I end these? Let's try this.